and welcome to week 3 of CinemaScoop. And this week we are talking about the film Baby Driver.
Yay! Spoiler alert, it's going to be a rave.
Right, so Baby Driver is about a young man called Baby, and he is a getaway driver for Kevin Spacey.
Whose name in the film is Doc, not Kevin Spacey. But to be honest with you, they don't use real names. I kind of just think of him as
I
Kevin
would
Spacey
be a getaway driver if I could hang out with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
God,
I mean, you'd be terrible. I'd be worse. But
I would do anything Kevin Spacey wanted me to do.
That's true, but you wouldn't be a great getaway driver because you're not that great of a driver. No offence, you're a good driver.
I really envy that kid in the film who played his nephew.
Yeah.
God, I want to be Kevin Spacey's nephew.
He's not Kevin Spacey's nephew.
He could be.
No, he's not.
He got to be near Kevin Spacey for a while in the capacity of his nephew.
You can say that about literally
life.
anyone else in the movie. He got to be near Kevin Spacey for a while.
Yeah.
You say that about someone who happens to go into a public restroom at the same time as Kevin Spacey.
Actually, what's quite interesting is when we went to see Speed the Plough at the Old Vic.
Yeah.
And we
were in the vicinity
We went
of Kevin
because
Spacey.
I wanted to see Jeff Goldblum. The fact that Kevin Spacey was in it is just a bonus.
Yeah.
And we went back a second time because I decided that seeing Kevin Spacey is now more important than Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Goldblum's still awesome.
So, surprisingly, there is more to the film than Kevin Spacey.
Is there? I'm
There
not
is.
sure about that. No,
Yeah.
to be fair.
So basically,
I didn't notice anything.
The unique selling point of this film is that it is very well done, as in it's set to music.
It was... Set to music just doesn't cover it.
No.
It's like the whole thing
It's not.
is the music.
It's
Yeah.
organic. It's organically a film and a soundtrack
Yes.
together.
Yeah. One without the other just wouldn't work. It's
No.
like the whole thing...
But not in a
blends
Guardians
together.
of the Galaxy way. Not in a way where it's an interesting movie with a cool soundtrack.
No.
It's
It
like the music feeds into...
The music is so much more integral to that. I mean, the film actually feeds off of the music. There are bits where like gunshots are set to the beats of the music, people talking are set to the beat of the music. There is one bit where...
Even the trailers.
Yeah.
It's literally everything.
There is one bit where Kevin Spacey is reading out the plan, but Baby has his earplugs in, so he can't hear. Earphones in, not earplugs.
No.
And he's listening to music, so he can't hear what's going on, but he's listening to his song. And if you watch Kevin Spacey's lips move, they're moving in time with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Like his lips are pressing together on the beat. And it's one of those things
It's a
if
little
If
thing.
you notice it, it's amazing. If you don't, your brain is still registering it and it's still really working with you. And I just thought that was really amazing.
Yeah.
And that's like... really early on, you start to realise just how integral the beat of music is to the film.
Yeah.
I mean, you start off with this huge car chase scene.
Yeah.
Child
Where
chasing.
there's no speech at all.
No.
For the first, 5-10 minutes of the film? No speech.
Just this huge car chase through the streets, which is so fantastic choreographed.
Am I right in thinking that first one, that's the one where he loses them by... basically playing the coconut shell game
Is
with
that
the
right?
cars.
There was no speech?
There's no
speech before the first heist? Before they go in with the shotguns? I'm sure they talked in the car before they leave.
No, they don't.
Really?
They absolutely do not. I remember thinking at the time, like, as the car chase was going on, wow, we're this far in and still nobody has spoken.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, there's a little bit of background speeches and you could hear them, like with his music playing, you can sort of hear them in the bank, like holding people up.
Yeah.
But there's no direct speech, nothing that's plot driven and nothing. And Baby definitely doesn't say anything at all.
And then, so that's kind of like the first opening. Then the second opening is this very long tracking shot where you're following Baby through the streets. And again, he has his headphones in, so we're moving at the...
Apple headphones available at all good Apple retailers.
Hey, at least it wasn't the ones that don't have cables. That would have been worse. Because he kept losing them and be like, oh shit.
It would be a very short film.
It would have been. It would have been.
He's walking through the streets and he's still got the beat of the song going over the whole of the scene. So you're still walking in time. He's bumping into people in rhythm with the song. You can sort of see lyrics in graffiti. The lyrics of the song, which I thought was
well
really
tied
cool.
in.
And then he kind of completes this whole song, getting from point A to point B, and then that's when the speaking starts, where he has to say his name for the coffee.
I also like
that's
that
the first
fact
time that
every
anyone
time he
speaks
mentions
directly.
his name, he sort of spells it out, B-A-B-Y baby, and people always question it as though that's a really odd thing.
Yeah.
I like the fact he doesn't react to that. He doesn't consider it an unusual name.
Despite the fact that it's clearly not actually his name, which
No.
you do find out at the end. But
Yeah,
still,
his name's Miles. That's ridiculously cool.
I know.
it is.
Which,
Although I was like Miles Davis, and was it you thought? Oh my god!
I was like, Miles is in, like, driving.
Yeah, which didn't occur to me, actually.
I'd love it if his full name was Miles Prower. Sonic reference.
Dan. Dan.
But no, I like the way
there's 90s kids would get that reference.
I'm a 90s kid. I did not get that
but you
reference.
grew up with Westlife. You weren't remotely in the vicinity of Sonic and,
I'm sorry. Are you, claiming that Sonic is cooler than Westlife?
I don't need to claim it, my friend.
Rude.
Shout out to the other Westlife fan.
If they had only one other fan in the entire world, they wouldn't have had 10 number one hits. Just, let's stop talking about it before I start swearing at you.
How are they doing today?
Anyway, so...
You're going to end up sleeping on the sofa, my friend. This is not going to end well. Drop it now.
Anyway, back to the film.
We were talking about film? Yeah.
Right, so what I feel that these two openings sort of show about the film is how integral the music is to the film. But it also shows how much it draws into Baby. And it's like, this film is completely about Baby. You kind of see the whole movie from his perspective, and you hear the whole movie from his perspective as well. Because whenever, when the opening titles came out, you had that really loud ringing noise, which is his tinnitus.
Yeah, and that sort of comes back. I'm not sure it was there the whole time, but definitely I noticed it more than once.
Yeah,
but not so much that it was just oh my god, jarring, that's getting annoying.
But enough to make you realise it.
That it's there.
But there are also other bits when he's got his headphones in, all you can hear is the music. You can't hear the other character speak because he's listening to his music.
Yeah.
When a character takes out one of his headphones, the music from one speaker goes lower.
Yeah.
So it really draws you into that character.
His headspace,
It makes you feel you are just with him.
Yeah.
And it really, really focuses.
If he doesn't see it, it doesn't happen. Yeah. Essentially. You don't see it if he doesn't. We were talking about that earlier, weren't we? The fact that you noticed in the second heist where they're doing the armoured car, and he pulls the car forward so that he can't see them attack the guy.
Yeah.
And then pulls back, and you were saying how cool it was.
Yeah, I love the fact that when he reversed and he saw the guy had been shot, the fact that he just loses it completely and he's totally thrown by the fact that he clearly does this in a way that he can't deal with the idea of death.
Because he doesn't want to be doing it. Yeah. He wouldn't be doing it if he didn't have to. But you also...
Which is a great sort of story up for the character to go from somebody who's in this situation. And I knew, given the fact that this was obviously a film and it was 2 hours long, that after the first half an hour when he'd finished his dealing with Doc, that wasn't going to be the end of it. But I like the fact that he said, when this one's done, we're done. And he went, when this is done, we're straight.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, he's clearly going to rope him into something else. And it's kind of the way Kevin Spacey's characters always are. In 21, he's the same kind of guy. He brings them along, and when things go wrong, and he ends up getting crossed.
Yeah.
Which
is
why
you can't cross Kevin Spacey.
You really can't. He's not one to be crossed. I would not cross him. No, but that's why I really enjoyed when they flipped it. I wasn't expecting when Baby comes to him with Deborah.
We're calling spoilers now.
Well, I think we've gone way past the point of spoilers, but I basically said spoiler.
I kind of think that anybody listening to a podcast about a film
that's more than 10 minutes long is going to realise he's happy going into it.
That's what I said the last 2 podcasts, and you called me out on that.
Well,
I'm just asking.
No.
Well, to be fair, I only called spoilers at the beginning, so we're covered.
But I said spoiler alert is going to be a rave, not... I was spoiler alerting our own podcast, not the film. But, hey, look.
Too late to put the cat back in the bag.
Yeah, it's way too late now.
Right, something else I really liked about this film was the car chases. Now, usually when you go see a film which is all about car chases, the editing is really choppy. You don't really know what's going on. You don't really know where they're going. But all of this...
My mind tends to, drift away.
The last Resident Evil film suffered with that massively. It was such a headache to watch.
But the cinematography of these car chases was just brilliant. It was so fluid. You always knew what was going on. You could always tell which kind of direction they were going. You said, with the coconut game... You could see that coming.
This is the best way to do car chases, when they do long establishing shots, so you can actually see the action clearly. And it's not as you say. It's very much reminded me of Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
That kind of editing.
Yeah, but it's
and in no way reminded me of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is all I'm saying.
A slow down version
was that a dig at Grace Randolph?
Look, I agree with a lot of stuff she says. I'm just saying that I didn't even listen to her review this time all the way through, because I don't know what she thinks it has to do with Ferris Bueller, aside from the fact that Ansel Elgort is young.
Did she like the movie?
I didn't listen to the whole thing. She said it didn't meet expectations. She went in with high expectations and it didn't meet them. I don't know whether that meant she didn't like it or just she thought it was going to be better than it was. You'd have to listen to the whole thing to be clear. But once she said it was like a slowed down version of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I was like, I feel like we watched different films, so I'm not going to really watch the end of this movie.
Maybe she did watch a different film.
Maybe. I don't know. I failed to see the connection. No. If she bothers to listen to this, she may, contact us and explain her connection.
Yeah, I would be
very interested to find out how she made that connection.
I haven't read a review, but I do think she's awesome and she's got a lot of insight about Hollywood.
That's why I went to watch the video, because usually I find her quite interesting. I just didn't understand her.
Well, Ferris Bueller references aside.
I'm sorry.
Something else that's really, really good about the car chase scenes as well is I was reading an interview with Edgar Wright, and it was basically very, very minimal CGI. So all of that was real filmed car chases.
Well, I didn't think about CGI at all in that movie.
I don't know that there was much. Do you know what? It's a very low budget. Like the last two that we've done were like over 100.
Oh, they were very high budget.
What was this?
34 million.
34 million.
34 million.
But
you know what? Already, opening weekend has already taken more than that. It's already at 38.
Is it opening weekend everywhere, or is it just in the UK?
I'm not sure if it's out in America. I don't know whether
it is out in America.
It is, but I think it's opening weekend everywhere. I'm pretty sure it only came out this week. It's definitely number 2 in America. Second only to Despicable Me 3,
it's definitely one of the more
not surprising given that that's a franchise.
It's definitely one of the more refreshing films. You guys went to see it and you told me it was going to be good, but I admit this was not on my radar at all in terms of looking forward to films coming out.
I'd seen a trailer for it once and thought, oh, that looks good, I might have to see that. And now after seeing that, I just need to go see it again and again and again. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It wasn't as predictable as I was expecting it to be. It was, it's so nice to have a fresh film because it's not a sequel, it's not a reboot, it's not a remake.
We were saying, is it based on anything? I don't think so. I mean, if it is, we don't know about it.
Very, very obscurely, back about 10 or so more years ago, like Edgar Wright has been planning this film for over 20 years.
Yes, I saw that in 94.
Yeah, he had, there was a music video he did for a song which I forgot to write down.
Something about blues.
Blues
song.
And it is just basically Noel Fielding miming in a car for 3 or 4 minutes, which is what he does in the beginning.
Yes, yeah,
it's not based off a novel or anything like that.
It's not. It's complete, and again,
which
it's not,
is so rare nowadays.
Yeah, it's not like a remake, a reboot, a sequel, or anything. It's just completely fresh off the page, and
it's interesting.
So nice to see.
If I could say that it reminded me of anything, it was like a mix between Gone in 60 Seconds with Boogie Nights and Grand Theft Auto. That's kind of what it reminded me of.
It had points of me of feeling a bit like Pulp Fiction. I can't really think, not in terms of more of the stylisation.
We were talking about this because I've said what's interesting is the fact that I felt like I was watching like a 70s heist movie set in modern day.
I said Dukes of Hazzard.
Whenever he had a flashback, when he had that flashback of him getting his first iPod, I'm like, geez, yeah, it's iPod, it's our generation.
Oh my god,
iPod. No.
I mean, I know that it was a lot of Apple product placement, but I loved the use of the iPods. I like the fact that he had a different one for different moods.
Yep.
That he has a pink and sparkly mood. Yep. Just, endears him to me.
And also, I'm usually someone who doesn't really take to in-your-face product placement, but I also know, from experience of trying to look for one, there isn't a better MP3 player than the iPod for...
for anything.
Yeah. And it's like, I got really pissed off my iPod and tried to find something better, and it was just...
Did you get irritated by Jurassic World's overuse of product placement?
Not really.
Do you mean like Margaritaville?
I like the
It's not like an iRobot where he puts his foot up in the chair. Converse. It's the best. It's fuck off.
Yeah, I like how Colin Trevorrow's decision to put all these companies in. Basically, he had to go to the companies and say, "You want to be a part of this film? Pay loads of money to get the rights." Because we want, at the end of the film, we just want to destroy everything.
Yeah.
And take your brand down.
Yes, it's amazing.
Sorry. I just had to get my obligatory Jurassic World reference in.
I was very close to digressing into a Teen Wolf tangent there, so let's maybe move on before I do that as well, and then we get way onto a tangent.
We are the coolest podcast.
They have a big thing with Toyota.
How long are we in? We're, 15 minutes in? We've already mentioned Westlife, Teen Wolf,
Jurassic World,
and Jurassic World. Although
hey, on the plus side, we've yet to mention Spice World this week, so
still early.
Too late. Darn, just happened.
Don't be hating on Spice World.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
So yeah,
hardly the height of cool.
I feel like they do use iPod a lot in that, but it doesn't feel forced.
It works.
It's not like you were saying earlier. They could have done it to really push the Beats headphones,
Yeah.
which they do in a lot of other films, where it is just basically.
When we were talking earlier about the headphone reference, I do find it hilarious that Apple have clearly got sponsorship on this movie or licensing rights, and yet they didn't push their new AirPods.
No,
because even Apple admit they're not the best.
They're not going to work. It's just not going to work.
No, seriously, through those high-speed car chases, he would have lost one. He would have had to stop the car, find it to start again.
I mean, that was bad enough when he did lose his music. Oh my god, it was like traumatic when he didn't have his music.
Ansel Elgort in this movie. I haven't seen him in a lot. I watched The Fault in Our Stars.
I haven't seen him in anything.
The Fault in Our Stars is a good movie. Yeah. It's not a movie if you want to come
away
feeling very good about yourself.
I put off watching that film for so long because I knew it was going to make me sob, and it did.
But I was blown away by him in this movie.
He was amazing. He had so many different kind of aspects of his character play. He had the sweet and innocent guy. He had the really stoic guy in the car chases, and then he had the really out to kill someone guy at the end, and he played all of them.
Yeah. And he was so charming as well.
Yeah.
Like, he managed to be charming when he's with Deborah.
What's great about his character is anytime he's in a car and he's doing his getaway, you feel like he can pretty much handle anything that he needs to handle.
Totally in control.
About halfway through the movie, when they go into the diner, when he tries to stop them going into the diner, and he's sitting there, and you can see just how out of his depth he is.
Yeah, it's no longer the world.
It's no longer something that he can control anymore.
Yeah. Do you know what? He's also really funny. It's like that scene when that guy keeps taking his sunglasses, he just pulls out the
my god! And the fact that he does it so straight faced, that was hilarious. I loved that.
Well, on that note, Jamie Foxx. I mean, he's
bats, man.
He's a solid bet for anything he's in. He's
true.
like the more tolerable Denzel Washington. I don't get the hype around Denzel Washington, and I don't know much about him. From what I've seen, the guy's a bit of a dick.
Really?
If you've seen him in interviews and stuff, he can be kind of brutal.
I don't know. I know nothing about Denzel Washington.
Jamie Foxx is
comment on that.
He's such a good actor. And he plays this role. I mean, this is what he does. These kind of roles.
Yeah.
He plays it so well.
Yeah. Not as
it's
funny as the one in Horrible Bosses. So you do know the movie.
What I was saying,
but he wasn't supposed to be.
All the comedy aside, he actually was pretty much that character.
Yeah,
it's true. It wasn't
like a really
different.
competent criminal, rather
than a complete idiot.
Yeah. I mean, the Michael Myers scene.
Oh,
hilarious!
The masks. Oh god. So just to be clear, in case anyone hasn't seen it yet. If you haven't seen it, I would advise don't listen to this. Go and watch it and then come back.
Yeah.
I would say don't listen to this, but you're already 18 minutes in. But go and watch the movie because
but then come back.
Every moment of your life that you haven't seen this movie, you're missing out on something.
Yes, absolutely.
We're all on the clock, and at any moment we could die. And if we die without seeing this movie, it will be a travesty.
It will. Yeah. Anyway, circle back to my point. So there's a scene with I usually do, but it takes me a while to get to them because somebody keeps distracting me from them.
I can't help it. Vicky just keeps showing up.
Oh my goodness! So there's one of the heists that they go into, and they're supposed to get these Michael Myers masks, and one of the guys goes to get them, and he comes back with Mike Myers mask instead, which results in a conversation, which I think is in the trailer.
Yeah.
But it was just hilarious. I mean, I hadn't actually seen the trailer beforehand, and I'm glad because it gave away too much.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that a lot with trailers lately, actually, that they give you too much in the film.
I said, if I have to watch that Spider-Man Homecoming trailer one more time, I may as well at this point not see the film
less now because I've seen that trailer so many times. Regardless, anyway, so they have an argument over who Mike Myers is versus Michael Myers whilst wearing the masks. And
it's hilarious.
And to hear Jamie Foxx say, "Yeah, baby."
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was later. I think wasn't that after they bump off the guy that made the mistake though.
Yeah.
But that wasn't why. It wasn't because of the masks. It's because he left his gun behind, right? Or maybe it was both things.
Possibly.
I don't think
that is another thing I really like about the movie. It's funny. It's not forced humour. It's not written to be funny. No. It's just naturally funny. And
it's peppered with little bits of comedy.
Edgar Wright is a funny guy. The TV series he wrote was a comedy. The Coyote trilogy were comedies. He's
the TV
funny.
series being spaced.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
He is very funny. Yeah. Naturally funny. He's not like someone who writes in like, here's a joke for people to laugh at. He's like,
ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's not punchline humor.
The situation is naturally funny.
I just remembered another one of the funniest bits. The Monsters Inc. line.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that because, in the interest of not spoiling, that's something you have to experience. That line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it involves Kevin Spacey.
For anyone that hasn't seen the movie, wow, welcome to the mystery.
Yeah.
We'll describe every other part of the movie to you except that one part.
But no, I loved everything about the music in this film. It felt like all the songs had a purpose.
Yeah.
But they weren't. It's like with Suicide Squad, the songs directly reference like what was going on in the scene, and it kind of took away a bit from me because like some of the song choices didn't feel right. And then like in other films, you get like the songs are chosen for the beat of it or anything to go with the like tone of the scene.
Yeah.
But this was just.
It was just adrenaline. I came away, my ankle hurt from tapping.
Vicky and I saw it like late in the evening, and we both were still wide awake like an hour later because we were wired.
It didn't help that I went home and Fast and Furious was on TV as
well.
No.
I think what's amazing about this film more than anything is I didn't have any time to reflect on what had happened because it just felt like every scene was so gripping and moved the story on so much. I wasn't even aware that it was nearly a 2-hour movie.
No. The pace does not let up. There's a few slower moments where like the romance plot is kicking in, but the music is still quite on beat, and it doesn't slow the beat down. It's still on beat.
Yeah. It's one of, but it's not like in some movies where you get a lull and you're kind of going, I want to get back to the action.
In fact, most movies at some point I feel like I might fall asleep.
Yeah,
it's the kind of the explanation as to it's the whole other side of his character that you're realizing he's got this life and he's kind of been forced into this, but this is the side of him that. You know, this is who he actually is. And you're getting to see that a bit more. He's not because he kind of puts on a persona in front of everybody else a bit.
Yeah, I think without the music and the way that drives it, the bits with his foster father, that could have dragged if they hadn't done it the way that they did and so well. But I actually loved all those bits. I thought it was really sweet.
And speaking of bits without the music, the scene where he's one of
the
last
music.
chases when he loses his music. And he's sort of running across the street, and you can hear that drumming, that humming in his ears.
Panic.
Yeah, I felt like, come on, find an iPod because I can't cope with this.
No, exactly.
I was 2 minutes away from putting on my own.
Yeah. Which is why it's so amazing when he finally gets the car and he apologises to that old lady for taking a car
and he has to stop and find a radio station first.
He's trying to tune it into something that will actually work.
And that's what works so well. The fact that you get to see his good nature come through in all these situations that he's in, and it comes full circle at the end, and you finally see in a movie the effect of having a good character and good personality as you go through.
Yeah,
but it comes back to actually aid him rather than it just being he's a good guy, so naturally he's like.
Although there is a theory at the end, like whether the ending is real or fantasy or not.
Like I think they blended it from a fantasy into a reality. Yeah. I choose to believe it was reality.
So do I.
But I think that the argument could be made that it was, in his head.
Yeah.
But I think that...
I don't think it was. I mean, he had flashbacks of seeing Deborah in the car in the sort of the old 50s black and white.
Yeah, but he'd done that earlier.
The fact that he was coming out of prison and it came back into colour and reality, I think that was kind of suggesting it was really happening.
If it was, I don't personally think that was Edgar Wright's intent.
No. Plus, what's the point in having all those positive testimonies and things? I know that he still got sentenced, but the fact that they make a point of saying 5 years
easier than 25 years.
Yes. Yeah. Although actually, I didn't see that coming. Like the fact that he was going to go to prison, I thought they were actually just going to make a run for it. And when they got to the bit on the bridge, I thought they were going to Thelma and Louise and just go off the bridge.
The bridge was not big enough. It'd be like that'd be a really pathetic attempt.
It's like the car's just going to be sinking and they're swimming away from it. This did not go according to plan.
Swim faster.
But I think it's really sweet at the end. Like he gives himself up because he knows that's not the life that Deborah needs.
Yeah, he doesn't want her to be part of it, so he's going to take the punishment and get her out of it. So it's really good. Yeah.
So this movie was over 20 years in the making. Not like in the way that it took 20 years to make, but it took 20 years for everything to come in line for Edgar Wright to be able to make the movie.
Like Avatar.
Which is good, because if he'd have done it 20 years ago, Ansel Elgort probably wouldn't have been... Was he even born? He wouldn't have been able to see
He
definitely wouldn't be able to play the part.
No, he wouldn't be able to see over the steering wheel. But anyway, it really shows like how much care and attention Edgar Wright's put in. I mean, you look at those scenes where everything's set to the music and how hard they must have been to choreograph.
Yeah. Especially the gunfight scenes, which were just... amazing. The gunfight scene where they go to collect the guns from what turns out to be cops. That is probably one of the best shootout scenes I've ever seen in anything. That I love that the way that they put that to the beat of Tequila so much, and the fact that baby still didn't want to hurt anybody, and he's just rolling across the floor to get away from the bullet.
Seriously, I was so furious from that moment on. with the shootout, and then
Curious.
before that, when Jamie Foxx's character shot the guy at the gas station, and then when they pulled up outside the bar, I was just like, God, this dude is just gonna fuck everything up,
and he does.
Which is why as soon as they pulled up outside the post office to do the break-in to get the money orders, and he pulled up behind the skip, and there was that pole sticking out, and he clocked it. I was like, thank God, because
he's got a final destination, this bitch.
Yeah,
he's gonna take destiny into his own hands, and
No, I thought because he was sort of the loose wire of all of them, the most unpredictable. I thought for sure at the end he was going to be the one who had to deal with, or even Kevin Spacey's character. I wasn't expecting
the flip.
John Hamm.
Yeah.
To be the guy that made it through.
When he walked into the diner, and you could tell someone was going to be there.
I told you and said it was going to be Kevin Spacey, didn't I?
We both thought it was going to be Doc, and when it turned out to be, I can't remember the name, John Hamm's character. Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy. That was, a definite shock. I wasn't expecting him. In fact, I wasn't even sure he'd still be alive.
Yeah, you didn't know if he was still alive because you saw Darling get killed. The girl.
And then he was just shooting at the cops.
And then
I'm surprised he even got away.
Baby drove away. You don't know what happens. And again, this is where you are just in Baby's narrative. You don't know what's happening outside it. So because he drove away, you don't know if Buddy died or not.
Yeah. Until he turns up later and tries to kill him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But another thing about it taking so long to make is that you can see all of these songs were chosen with care. Not only for the beat of the song. I read an interview in Rolling Stone today, which I'll get back to in a minute. But you can tell that all these songs had some sort of resonation with Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
And so it's not just, I feel like this is a upbeat tune, this will go in. You can see that each song had a reason to be in there.
Yeah, chosen very carefully.
And one of these stories was that he, like the first song that he chose, I can't remember the name of it, the one that they're doing through the long shot.
Yeah.
They played that song and then they had to go find a place where they were shooting where they could make the coffee shop and then had it halfway between walking from there and walking back in the time of the movie. In the time of the music.
And I assume that was shot on location, it wasn't a...
Yeah, it was shot on location. The coffee shop was actually a pizza place and they found a random doorway which could be the hideout thing because it was within walking distance. So they actually planned that to the beat and they said, right, we need to walk at this sort of pace, and then so everything was planned to the music.
Nice.
And there was another one which actually presented a bit of a problem for the film. Was one of the songs they're playing for the Getaway music. When he stops and then they get into another car and he had to start the song over.
Yeah, yeah.
It's because they planned...
the song again.
Because they were playing the song and the cinematographer turned to him and said, you can't do this. The song doesn't go on long enough. You're going to write yourself out. And so Wright actually presented this idea that when they switch cars, you have to start the song over.
Yeah.
And so it fits in time.
Which was amazing. It was a great little detail.
Like that, to put it all to the music like that has made such a stylish film.
And the best thing about the movie, no Justin Bieber baby songs.
Gosh, yeah.
I much preferred the one that they used, the Carla Thomas song, B.O.B.Y. Baby.
Yeah.
By the way, you're talking about the one that they use in the long shot. Yeah. That's Harlem Shuffle.
That's the one.
Bob and Earl.
It's definitely a soundtrack I want to get a hold of.
Oh, God, yeah.
Absolutely. And then comes the Egyptian reggae.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Very strange. Definitely stuff I wouldn't necessarily listen to.
I'm genuinely struggling to find anything negative to say about it.
I said to you on the way home tonight that I couldn't think... I tried really hard and the only thing I could come up with was that maybe... The love story felt a little bit like it happened very quickly. They went very quickly from a first date to... I will, wait for you for 5 years while you're in prison. But it worked. It didn't detract anything from the story. I had a theory about that.
After you said that, I was thinking about it. And it's like the whole film is set to the pace of a song. And so I think their love story is set to the pace of a song. Where you can go through all those motions within a song.
That's true.
So I think if you think about it like that, you can either think about it like that and have them fall in love very quickly and it works because it's set to the pace of the song, or you can see it as she's quite naive and she does go along in this dangerous situation for no reason, or there's a tiny bit of backstory. She's not very well developed, which is something which could be a complaint, but as I said before, it's Baby's movie and you don't really need
to be honest, if she had any more character development, that would have been the stuff that people were saying this is dragging now because we don't as much as she's a good character and by the end she's pretty awesome, you don't really need any more information about her at this point. And I think what's great about their relationship is the fact that he has that line where he says that he spoke to her more than anybody.
Yeah.
This year,
Yeah. That I think what's interesting is because he's stuck in this life, and his home life's not exactly great. He's saving
and he
up
doesn't
money.
speak really at home either because he
clearly
signs.
He clearly doesn't connect with many people. So it stands to reason that he's found this girl who's got this musical connection with.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's spent time getting to know her, it's not completely unbelievable that they would form a connection.
No, but it's one of the very few details that we do get of her when they're bonding is that she used to be a carer, and obviously whoever she's caring for is gone now, and he's a carer, and that's one of the little
and
things.
The fact that she works at the diner that his mother works
at. So they are two connecting things that they use for him. But also, she said that when the person you're caring from goes, you have a little reason to live. So that could be a reason why she does all these things, which could be perceived as quite naive or stupid or detrimental to her well-being, is because she's a bit lost.
And also, there is the argument to be made that there's no definitive timeline. So, all right, we only see them go on like 2 dates.
Yeah.
But there's no definite way of knowing how much time passed between when that last job for Doc happened and the next job for Doc happens. So, the argument could be made that it's longer than it seems.
Yeah.
Even. But that was literally the only thing, and that's me like looking for something.
Really searching for
really trying, and even then it didn't actually bother me.
I don't really want to do it. I don't like the people that feel the need to crap all over a film. It's like they're going out of the way to decide what they didn't like about the film.
Yeah. I see your point. But my concern was I came away from it thinking I don't know that how can I talk about a film and not have anything negative?
I think that's the thing. It was ultimately just surprising. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as we do. I mean, the fact that they had Kevin Spacey in it is always a draw for me because I don't often see much that I don't love with him in it.
That's true. But I'm fast becoming a fan of Ansel Elgort, whose last name I cannot say for the life of me. I've seen him in three things now, apart from this, and this is the fourth thing. But this is definitely my favourite of all of his films so far. Yeah. But I suppose the first one that's been his film.
Yeah.
Even The Fault in Our Stars was,
and that's what's great about this. You've got star power in this movie with the likes of Kevin Spacey and Jamie Foxx.
But he's not overwhelmed by it at all.
Yeah,
he's definitely.
He's not.
It's very definitely his movie. Yeah,
he's not outshined by them,
not
which is remotely. So easy to do when you're not a very established actor like they are.
And can we talk about Kevin Spacey's badass scene at the end? In the
he gets shot in the back.
Oh yes,
and carries on going.
Shot in the shoulder, shot in the back. Was it with a shotgun?
Yeah.
And still stands.
And then he gets hit by a car.
Yeah,
and that's it. Lights out.
Yeah, even Kevin Spacey can't come back from that. As awesome as he is.
Sadly not.
I don't think he's dead.
If they make a Baby Driver 2, I'm sure he'll be back.
No.
I really hope they don't.
Dead set against a sequel.
Yeah.
As I love it, it doesn't need more.
I'm not of the impression that a sequel diminishes the original films in any
capacity. But more is
not
always necessarily better.
No.
It does not necessarily
I think that's why this film is so great, because it's a refreshing... And if we could get more movies like this, with directors that take a chance to do something, new, really
inventive.
Yeah.
Maybe not that passion project of Zac Efron's, that We Are Your Friend with the DJ. And that was,
I don't know. I didn't even watch that.
That's an example of a film that you can be as
the
passionate
trailer
as
for
you
that
want
did
about,
not remotely interest me.
If the idea is not great. You can't sell it. But.
And that's the thing with something like this, is always a risk. You never know. And I mean,
on a 34 million budget, though, you're pretty safe.
Yeah, but you never know. It doesn't matter how small the budget is if you're gonna put something like this out there that's different and unusual, and see whether people like it. There's always that element of risk as to whether or not it's going to be accepted.
Well, 21 was an example of another movie, kind of similar in tone.
That was based on a book, though, right?
Yeah.
It was based on a book. That was only made for 35 million, basically the same budget. And that made a lot of money back.
Did it?
Yeah. A great Kevin Spacey movie, if anybody hasn't seen it.
We should watch that
again. Check it out.
Yeah.
Very intense.
Also, Lawrence Fishburne.
Another good young actor, actually, who I haven't seen anything since.
Who?
Jim
Sturgis.
Guy. Yeah. What else has he been in since then?
He's done some stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing that I've seen is my point.
Anything massively high profile since. Even I actually don't think 21 was a
massively
big high profile film.
No. Where are we up to?
No, Cloud Atlas.
Didn't see it.
No, not really much.
No. Not that you instantly recognise, is it?
Not really.
Although
he was really good in that.
Supporting actor we didn't talk about fully yet, John Hamm.
Yes, he was really cool. I quite liked him to start with, like when he was connecting with Buddy and listening to the music with him.
But that's what it is. He's a pretty normal criminal guy beforehand. He's a bit unhinged, but he's got Darling there to sort of
balance him out.
But when she dies and he just goes unhinged, he is fucking unhinged.
Oh my god, it's terrifying.
Yes.
He's in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Who are we talking about
John
now?
Hamm.
John Hamm?
Yeah.
He's in a lot.
9 episodes of it.
Playing Richard. Oh, he's the Richard Wayne Gary Wayne. He's the guy that kidnapped her.
Oh yeah, the priest.
He's got a beard through most of it. I didn't even twig.
It froze you.
It didn't connect. Yeah.
No, he was fantastic in it as well.
I thought everybody was fantastic, and especially the guy CJ Jones who played his
or the guy from Walking Dead.
Stepfather.
Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually deaf in real life, and I like that they use the sign language in that. And it also adds another level of Baby's character, because of course they would probably stick in with them because hearing problems. And
so he'd need to learn sign language anyway. And it seemed like by the end of the movie that he was having the same, like he'd gone from just having the tinnitus to because John Hamm's character shot the gun either side of his ear. It didn't seem like he got his hearing back.
Which I thought was so cruel. And originally, like, he could have just shot him, but he wanted to take away the only thing that made him... that made his hearing problem tolerable.
You're talking about a film with heist chases and people getting shot in 5 minutes. He shoots him next to you and you go, that's so cruel.
It is!
What a beast.
He just took away his music. Although there is that bit after that where he puts his hand on the thing and he can hear it. Like through the vibrations.
So are we supposed to believe that permanently damaged him, or was that a temporary
certainly
thing?
Seemed like it when he was in the prison. They were checking his ears, and we definitely don't see him.
I think it's sort of left out in the open again for you to theorise.
The impression that I took from it is that he's, he got his hearing back enough that when he put his hand on the speaker in the car, he could hear it. But that was it. He wasn't going to get his hearing back in. It was
cruel, even in comparison to everything else that went on, because it's a car chase movie. People get shot, and that's quite normal to see
kind of expected almost,
But to see someone take something away from someone like that...
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to kill your girl, and I'm going to take away your music, and then you'll have nothing to live for. And that's just next level, cruelty.
Yeah. But I love the relationship between him and his foster father.
That was so sweet. When he left him on the front porch with the little recording, like a baby.
Yeah. It was just so sweet and sad.
Oh, loved him. Yeah. Sorry, we've gone off on a sweetie tangent and done something a bit like.
But no, it added
this is a car chase movie.
No,
come on, people.
At the end, when Baby is sort of going. He's getting really mean. He's shooting people, and it's completely like 180 from the character.
When he pulls those guys out of the car and he's like, "Can I have my phone back?"
Yeah,
like, no,
because he needs the music. Duh. Yeah.
But it's a complete 180 from the character that we've been seeing beforehand, and that kind of shows that he's not lost it. It's still who he is. It's just he has to take the measures he has to take to survive now.
Yeah.
And interesting the dynamic he has with Doc, in that he has to pay off this debt. Rather than him being there because he's the best of the best, he's kind of roped into it. But he is the best at what he does.
Yeah.
Don't go into best of the best. With honest, we're just gonna go off on the tangent about Men in Black instead.
Yeah.
That went by quite fast. But I think I picked up that what it was is he stole Doc's car.
Yeah,
that
he
had
stole his Mercedes for a joyride, and there was something valuable in the boot, and it's a MacGuffin. We never know what it is. And we don't need to.
No, it's irrelevant.
It's a thing that drives the plot forward, and that's all.
Yeah.
And
drives the plot.
Boom.
And so he owes Doc a lot of money, because he has to do quite a lot of jobs, and they pull a lot of money from those jobs, so he's had to pay him a lot.
Yeah.
So whatever he stole, it was valuable.
Really valuable.
But again, it doesn't matter. It was as valuable as the plot needed it to be for him to drive forward like that. What are we doing?
I'm just puns.
Yeah.
So, good film.
Oh,
very good film.
The other good thing as well, while I was researching this film, I was going through all of the reviews, even like not the people who professionally reviewing, just people who say, "Oh, I went to see this film, it was good." Most of the other films, whenever I go see a film, I do this, and most of the time it's, it's a good film, oh shit. And there's always like a 4-to-1 ratio of it being good, unless it is a crap film, like when we went to The Mummy, and most of the people were just saying...
Pretty much negative overall.
Just go see the original Mummy, it's fine.
Yeah.
But this one, I was going through quite a few hours, just reading for all these different things, and I found one negative review. And this guy sounded like a twat anyway.
So I just got really unlucky stumbling upon one straight away then.
The thing with this film is that we've seen we got these new unlimited passes for our local cinema, which means that we can go and see as many films as we want for a $17.99 a month subscription, which is insane.
Is awesome.
So we've gone a lot in the last couple of weeks. Honestly, I haven't had any time to read reviews or anything. I'm just sort of going to see as much as I can to get the money's worth. So I think it was refreshing to go into this movie to have no idea as to the plot.
I'm trying to do
as
that.
to the. I knew that there's good buzz about it, but apart from that, I knew nothing of it.
No.
And I was amazing night out.
Yeah.
Great movie. Probably my favourite film this year.
I came away with a big smile on my face and wanting to drive like a crazy person. Yeah. But I'm I'm a very nervous driver.
You're incapable of speeding.
So I said to Dan, we left the theatre and we've gone from like watching something like Fast and the Furious to driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not a slow driver, but there's only I can only look so cool driving my Citroen Picasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, I can't think you're going to do any handbrake turns in that without flipping the car over. Sorry.
The car squeaks when I brake. So.
It doesn't like it.
It's not the most conspicuous.
It doesn't
car.
enjoy being touched.
So, I'm going to kick this off by saying I think this was a 5 out of 5 for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. 100%.
Yeah.
As I say, I can't find a bad thing to say about it. Even the only thing I can pick out, I don't mind.
Actually, I loved it so much that I don't want to go back and see it. I want to wait for the Blu-ray to come out because it's one of these films that I want to live with for a little while. I want it to marinate, and then I want to forget about it for a while. And then I want to sit down in 4 or 5 months, watch the Blu-ray, and go, Jesus, I forgot how good this film was.
But we came out of the cinema, didn't we, Amy? And it was like, I had to rush to go to the bathroom first. That was something we had to take care of. And as soon as we came out there, kind of reconnected and was like, I want to go see it again.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, there are some films like I came out of Guardians of the Galaxy too, and I was like, I really want to see that again. But that impulse kind of went afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's a couple of weeks later, I did go see it again with a different set of friends. There are always things that I kind of say, I really want to go see it again, meaning I can wait till it comes out on DVD and I'm excited to see it again. But this was like, seriously, if there'd been another viewing that night...
we would have considered it.
Yeah. And even if you didn't want to go, you were my ride home. I still would have had to call my mum or
taxi.
something. Or a taxi or walked home just to go see it again. It was something I immediately needed to
I've been looking at times and like, okay, when can I fit in going to see it again? Because I really
invite
want
me because I want to go.
And I say, of course. What's interesting is that our local cinema does the 4D screenings. I think this would be a great film to see in 4D.
How much actually did you say it was in 4D? £6 something.
I think we might have to go and experience it.
It's very different.
It'd be a good introduction to 4D. Either that or Spider-Man Homecoming. I think both of them would be quite good.
Dan said because he took the kids this morning to the
Boss Baby
to see the kids.
Which actually surprisingly good film.
It was very good.
Alec Baldwin, very good in it.
But I didn't realise that the 4D has a height restriction.
Oh, no.
So Paige is just barely tall enough. And Logan's definitely not tall enough. He can't go and see anything in 4D yet. Bless them. So sweet. But that's quite telling as to how much movement there's going to be. That there's actually a height restriction. It's like going on a ride at the cinema.
That'd be interesting. Now I've seen it and I know what it's about and I don't need to fully experience it. I'd be interested to go see it in 4D.
Yeah.
Because I feel maybe seeing a film in 4D for the first time and seeing that for the first time would be too...
Especially a car chase movie.
Yeah.
You really get the full effect of that.
I wouldn't want anything to take away from Baby Driver, so now I've seen it, I'd be interested to go see it in 4D.
Yeah. No, I think
you can also see it in IMAX there as well.
The impact
I can see it so many different ways.
I checked the impact because Spider-Man, that is what we're hoping to do next week, obviously, Spider-Man.
Although next week's tough because we've got Spider-Man and War for the Planet of the Apes.
I think we could do one and then one. I don't think that we'll figure that out.
I'm probably going to see both.
Oh yeah, we'll both see both. We'll all see both. But I looked and they've got the 4D screenings, they've got the 3D screenings, they've got the 2D screenings, and then they've got the impact. Yeah. Which I'm not even sure what the difference is with the impact, but the impact is only £2 extra.
Right. I think the impact is the IMAX screen.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, IMAX is. I think the IMAX is something different now.
Okay.
Our cinema has too many screens.
The impact screen might just be that massive, massive screen.
I think the impact one it's like a smaller studio, but it's wall to wall.
Yeah.
It's 4K and it's got the acoustics in it are ridiculous. But
right.
I went Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh, did you?
Really
I went to see Pirates: The Revenge of Salazar this morning, and I saw that in the studio, and that's like a really, really small cinema with a with a big screen that's really close up, and that was really cool.
So,
I really enjoyed that.
Segueing from Baby Driver, then I want to quickly recap because we're not doing a full podcast on some of these movies that we've seen this week.
Well, especially because Baby Driver is so good. There's only so much you can say when you're being positive.
So, Pirates 5. We've all seen Pirates 5 now. I've just seen it. So have you, Amy? Mm-hmm. Pleasantly surprised. Considering the negative feedback that
it was more of a
return
return to form. It didn't have the flaws that the
last couple
third and
had.
fourth one did. I still maintain that the second one was almost as good as the first one. Obviously, it wasn't as good.
Nothing is ever as good as the first.
It had its flaws in that it was made back to back with World's End, so it was a bigger story. It was kind of like Deathly Hallows Part 1, which is my least favourite of the Harry Potter films because it doesn't move the story on.
Because it's a lot of
building. I think the problem with the pirate films is I don't think they're any worse than they've ever been. I think actually number 5 is kind of on par with the first movie.
Yeah.
The problem is that it's not fresh anymore. So people aren't looking at this going, wow, this is great, this is funny, it's something I haven't seen, Johnny Depp's amazing in this role. They're looking at it after how many years of this? 2003 the first one came out. So you're talking 14 years of Pirates films going, it doesn't feel any different.
No.
Because it's not. But if it was different, you go, oh, it doesn't feel like the first one.
One thing does bug me, and this is nitpicking, but Jack Sparrow has like blonde hair now.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of his hair, I don't know if it's just one side, but it's like a light, like a strawberry blonde almost.
I have to say, I didn't notice
Watching
that.
The Curse of the Black Pearl the other day, his hair's fully black, so that kind of winds me up.
Yeah.
It feels like he's wearing a wig.
Perhaps he is.
It just winds me up.
I don't know. I didn't notice that. I have to say, but
no, I thought it was great. I thought Salazar was awesome.
Yeah.
And terrifying.
Really scary.
I liked the new characters in it.
Yeah.
I thought they
very much enjoyed.
Well.
I kind of felt like they were trying to make them Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner a bit.
But they did in a good way, but in a way that they were still different. Like I liked that. I'm blanking on her name.
The new
Karina. Is it Karina?
It sounds right.
Karina.
Is it Karina?
Could have been Karina. It sounds familiar.
Let's say Karina. It is Karina.
Karina
Smith.
So I liked that Karina was very smart. Like Elizabeth Swann is smart, but she's not book smart. She's she's been brought up very differently.
She's privileged.
Karina obviously she was an orphan. She's gone out of her own way to learn to be book smart, and so I like that different aspect to it. So
she was a lot more interesting than Brendan Thwaites' character Henry was.
Yeah, he was very restricted by
he was
character.
kind of like an old school adventurer, which I think he played the role very well, but his character just wasn't as interesting.
Yeah,
I liked the two of them together, but ultimately she was more interesting,
and,
which is fine with me because I like Kaya.
And the film has
she's good.
Zombie sharks.
Has
and
zombie
you can
sharks.
Never go wrong with a zombie shark.
You can't go wrong with a zombie shark and a trident from
and that was
Poseidon.
That was awesome.
The sea parting.
The sea parting.
That was
I
actually really liked the ship as well when it ate other ships.
And taking the black pearl out of the bottle was awesome. Throwing it into the ocean.
When it kind of started growing and then it was still really tiny.
And then he picked it up and it's just sort of like a metre long. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do the trivia now?
Yep.
Let's do some trivia.
Okay.
So actually,
Vicky's turn to do the questions this week.
Where are we? We are currently on our rollover tally. Amy is with 5 points, Vicky's 11, and I am 2.
But at this point, Vicky's the only one that's played 2 rounds.
Yep,
so
and that is why
this is where we're going to equalise. Hopefully.
Well, there's no excuse.
I'm really nervous because she's told me there's stuff about Edgar Wright in here and I do not know that much about Edgar Wright.
I tried not to because there's a lot of things I know about Edgar Wright because I've been following his career quite a lot. But we've also discussed a lot of things and I think I kind of said to both of you both looked some things up, so I think you might have looked up the answers to a couple of them. So
I looked up at least one thing that I thought was going to be an answer and I've already forgotten.
I have done.
It might be an equal.
No research for this movie.
But I tried not to make too many questions about Edgar Wright and make it more about the film. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll do the best we can. Fingers crossed. What are we buzzing
and one of them
this week?
is so easy.
I'm just gonna close down my IMDb page because I feel like that's cheating.
That is very much.
There's definitely cheating. Don't stare at that.
Yep.
Thank you.
What? I had a lot more difficult questions that were going into this.
Let's go for
please don't ask difficult questions.
No.
Also, not a massive fan of the Cornetto trilogy.
You would like
Hot Fuzz is great.
Yeah.
World's End, I've tried. I just did not get
it was
into
better
it.
than I was expecting.
And Shaun of the Dead, I've never understood the hype surrounding that film.
I don't understand how you can't understand it, but anyway,
I haven't seen it for a really long time, so I don't really remember that much about it. But
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
what
What buzzers
are
are we gonna
your
do?
buzzer noises, Dan?
Baby.
Amy?
Are you gonna say
That's
baby?
great, I'm
I was going to go Bing, but isn't that your one?
Yeah, but I'm not playing this week.
I know, but okay, I'll go Bing because it's
Okay.
faster. I keep going with one that's too long. And it's
Okay, so we're
I'm
ready?
going Bing.
We are.
Okay.
No.
No?
Go,
Yep.
go.
Number 1. Name the code names for 4 of the characters in the film.
Bing. Buddy, Doc, Bats, and Baby.
Well done.
Bats. I would not have remembered Bats.
Bats is Jamie Foxx.
He had tattoos
He
of
had
bats
bats
all up his
all
neck.
up his neck, yeah.
I remember that now, but yeah.
There's
That
also
doesn't help
Darling.
me as
There's
a
also
quiz.
Darling. I don't remember any of the others. But that's 5, so
That's
that's
it.
more than
I
one.
One
don't
point.
know animals.
I do know animals.
1 point to Amy.
Boo.
I'm in the lead.
What is the name of the TV show Edgar Wright directed?
Oh, Bing.
What?
Spaced.
Yes!
This one.
Really? He directed that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, this is going to be a repeat of last week.
I apologise. I think they're going to get harder.
It might be a bit harder. What Queen song does Baby say is his go-to song when asked?
Oh, this is...
Oh, God. No. I think it begins with a B, but I'm blanking on there.
No, I'm not going to get it.
No, I can't remember
No,
it.
both you up?
Yeah.
I'm going to kick myself because I'm going to know it as soon as you say it. Go on.
Brighton Rock.
Right, I knew it. See, I actually knew it was going to be. And I knew it was a place.
Yeah.
God damn
Oh, no one
Sorry.
gets that point.
Boo.
it. Damn.
Number 4. Which Marvel film was Edgar Wright set to direct before dropping out due to differences?
Oh, Bing. Ant-Man.
Yep.
Was it Ant-Man?
Yes.
God, I know nothing about
I think
Edgar
he
Wright.
actually got really far in it, but then there was a lot of differences over tone and he ended up dropping out. I still really like to see that version.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway.
then the person who directed it did bring in a lot, like the Louis story, Louis telling the story in that whole thing, which was really funny and worked really well.
Yeah.
So, you know, good with the version we
It
got. I was
worked
very
out
happy
well.
with
It all
Okay.
worked out in the end. Unless he left that to do Baby Driver, didn't he?
Yes.
So we ended up with a great movie out of it.
it. Exactly. Number 5. What is Baby's real name?
Bing!
Babe.
You need to pick a faster buzzer because you're
I
not
know.
getting them.
Miles!
Yep.
We already talked about that.
Yeah, we did. My reflection.
I even waited a second so that you would have a
Don't
chance.
give me pity weights.
Okay, alright. Gloves are coming off then.
Yep.
That's it.
You're not wearing any gloves.
People listening don't know that, Dan. Don't spoil things for them.
You want them to think that you're sitting here in gloves?
Maybe.
In what, 30 degrees?
They don't know where we are. We could be in Nova Scotia.
Great.
Don't
you
ask me
just
why I
told them
picked
where
there.
we are. Well done.
Yep. 6. In Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, how many evil exes does Scott
Baby!
fight?
Oh.
7.
Yes!
Oh,
7.
I was going to say 7,
I was
so
thinking
we
there's
actually
7
would
or
have got it
8.
right. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was 6 or 7. I knew it was Oh, that's weird.
Question number 7. Which city is Baby Driver set in?
Ooh.
Baby. New York.
No.
Is it not New York?
No.
I thought it was New York.
Bing.
Yep.
Is it Chicago?
No.
Where is it? Where did they say? Did they say it?
They have like the Bank of and the accents and it was Atlanta.
Oh, I remember us talking about that afterwards now. Oh, duh. We're just too conditioned to think of it as being like a big city.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't thinking about it.
I didn't think of it at the time. Continue. Next question.
Okay. This one's really easy, but it was just so funny.
All right then.
Number 8. What mask is bought by one of the gangs?
Baby! Mike Myers!
Yes!
Not
I was
Michael
gonna-
Myers.
I was going to knock off. I was not going to allow the point if anyone said Michael Myers.
That would be pathetic actually if we'd
Yeah.
done that.
The killer dude from Halloween. Oh, you
Oh,
mean
you
Jason? No!
Question
no.
number 9. What is the name of Doc's nephew?
man.
Oh, total freeze up.
Really? This is obscure. A baby. I'm going to take it. Is it Lewis?
No.
Right, I took a stab in the dark. I'm sorry.
Bing, is it Tommy?
No.
I don't
Sam.
remember. Sam! Of course it's Sam.
You had
Why
said
is it
it
of
at some
course?
point at the beginning of the podcast. I swear you
I
said
didn't
it.
say
Maybe
the
I
name
imagined
of
it.
it. I didn't.
I
Maybe
mentioned
you
his
did,
nephew.
yeah.
I didn't mention him by name.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember his name. So.
I thought you
Well, I
wanted to
do
do your
now.
nephew so much you might have remembered his name. So
Ah.
maybe I just remember really weird things about films.
You do. I need a second viewing to remember that sort of detail.
Yeah, when it comes to actors' names, you suck.
All right, that's slightly harsh.
I'm just
you suck, Dan. How many points have you got? How many points have you got?
That person from The Thing. He was in the other film with The Thing.
I love that guy.
I always know what she's talking about. Yeah. What's your problem?
The thing is, we've been friends for so long now. You two do actually know who I mean when I say shit like that.
Yeah.
Right, question 10, last question. What is the colour of the first car we see Baby use as a getaway?
Baby!
Dan got it first.
Red.
Yes!
Damn it!
I have a
If it was a chessboard, I would throw it off the table.
It was the one I was going to use instead of one of the others if it was too hard.
But... Oh, God. I'm
scared.
I'm scared.
Okay, well. Bonus question. Do you want a bonus question?
Go on then.
Throw me a freaking bin.
It seems we're 2 points down from both of you because there's 2 questions.
We missed 2 questions. Yeah,
okay.
Go on then.
I'll go for one bonus question. There was a scene in the laundromat where all of the washing machines are filled up with 3 different colour cloths. What colours are they?
Baby. Blue, yellow and green.
No.
Brown?
No.
All right, well, I'm going to take a guess then. Is it blue, red and yellow?
Yes. I just thought that was such a cool part.
I did not notice that remotely. It was a total shot in the dark.
It was in the trailer
and that was kind of an unfair question because being a designer, you notice things like that I would never have noticed. But, you know, I still went.
Straight away.
Just because I'm a designer doesn't mean I'm paying attention to the colour of the clothes in the washing machine.
No,
you thought you knew. I wouldn't even have had...
I took a guess.
They're not clothes. They're just bits of cloth in every single machine. And it's all the 3 different colours. I just thought it was just such a cool shot.
I will pay attention to that when we go and see it again.
See what I mean?
I did, however...
They're not even clothes, they're just bits of cloth.
Yeah.
How much studying did you do for that?
I noticed it when we was watching. I really absorb these kind of things. This is why I go to cinema.
This is why her OCD is useful for some things. I have to say that in that scene, I was more focused on the way that the 2 of them moved together. I thought that was really interesting. And to start with, obviously, they had the headphones connecting them, so they had to move close together.
Yeah.
And then they took their... Good God. They took the headphones off and they still moved. They were like, it was like they were dancing the entire time. And I really enjoyed that. One
of my really hard questions was going to be, there are a few characters who have been in every single Cornetto trilogy film, name 5 of them.
Jeez, it's not a clue.
I thought I'd be able to do that really well, but...
I haven't seen the 3rd one and I haven't seen the first one enough to... Yeah. So I've only seen Hot Fuzz a few times.
One of them was Martin Freeman. He was only in like a tiny bit the first one.
Well, Nick Frost, the first one. Simon Pegg, Jim Broadbent.
Actors, not characters, though. Are you saying the actors?
Bill Nighy.
Bill Nighy, yeah. He was a police officer.
Bill Bailey? Was that only Hot Fuzz?
I don't think so. I didn't write them down, so I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, so you're asking
the question, she doesn't know the answer.
I did earlier. If I think about them, I do remember them.
All right, so that leaves it with Amy 10, Vicky 11, and me with 5.
Oh, babe. Next week is your turn to do the questions again, so...
Oh, great. So I still can't accumulate what points.
No, you can make it harder for us so we don't get many more points.
It so
maybe you should make the questions harder. I don't know.
What's the inseam measurement of Spider-Man's leg?
If you can find that out, I will be impressed.
I'd be more disturbed if you came up with the answer.
I'm going to find out the answer just to...
As a former costume designer, I could find it out somehow. I would know how to...
You're going to measure his leg on the screen. Yeah. I can see you at the front of the cinema with your measuring tape. Excuse me, can you just pause the film for a minute so I can just measure the inseam?
It's not to scale.
No, but I can convert it. I've had to convert it from drawings into real life models before. I can do the opposite.
Okay. Good luck with it.
Thanks.
Really?
All right. So before we end it there, just a quick recap on things that have happened this week. We got a new trailer for Jumanji.
I think it looks interesting. I think if you'd removed Jumanji out of it, it could have been its own film.
Yeah.
Although there was they do the trailer. There's this whole new thing of doing trailers for trailers now.
Yeah. I know. I don't get it.
One of them had a shot of the original board game in it, and apparently is in the same world as the Robin Williams films.
Yeah.
So it's connected in some way.
It might make more sense, the connection between the two, when you see the full movie.
Was it me or were they playing that on a SNES?
It was definitely something.
Yeah.
Because those graphics are way too good for a SNES. I call bullshit.
Yeah, obviously. Come on, Dan. But no, I like
if you're going vintage and making it an old retro games console, then at least make it reflect
when we see the film, we'll be able to tell exactly what console it is and see whether or not it's accurate or not, and then you can complain about it then.
I don't know.
But until then,
I think it looks fun, but I'm not sold on it being a Jumanji
I really
film.
like the idea. I like the way that they've done them playing as avatars. So the actors that
I didn't know it was going to be that, but I think that's really good.
Because I'm just so looking forward to Jack Black having to play as a teenage girl the entire film. That's going to be hilarious.
For me, if you want to watch a film about playing as avatars in a video, go and watch what's that horror movie? I'm blanking on the name now.
Horror movie?
Stay Alive. Have you seen this? You remember that one?
Oh, yeah, that was good. Yeah,
the horror movie where you,
but that was a very different sort of film.
It's really good. It's about it's kind of the same as Jumanji. It's about this video game that you play. It's like an online game.
Yeah.
And when you create an avatar, things start happening to you in the real world, and you kind of have to stay alive. If you get killed in the game, you die in real life.
It's sort of the opposite in that it doesn't suck you into the game; it brings the game into your real world.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's been a while since I watched it.
And if you die in the game, you die in real life.
We could look at doing that one for Halloween, maybe.
Cool.
Yeah. That was one of the few horror movies I actually don't mind. It's all right.
I'll see it. Especially now we're not paying for the tickets.
It looks more interesting than I expected it to.
I'm getting a little fed up with seeing Dwayne Johnson in everything now. It's a little much at this point. He's going a bit Johnny Depp route. He is, but he's also overexposed now. Yeah,
but he's never been. Not be funny. You're never going to accuse Dwayne Johnson of being like Oscar worthy.
No.
So it doesn't really matter what film he makes. If it's going to make money, then it's not like he's going to win an Oscar for it. If he does,
this is true.
If he does like a serious movie, he's still not going to get any more acclaim than he does for the sort of popcorn fluff that he's been doing. So then why not just do the stuff that's fun?
Exactly.
So
I enjoy him.
Last night I was on Facebook and I saw a post about Deep Blue Sea 2.
Oh yeah.
They're currently filming it, and I got quite excited because I'm like, the first one's cheesy, but it was a film that I grew up on, so I kind of loved it. It's a sci-fi. It's a straight to sci-fi movie.
Oh.
For the sci-fi.
And the credentials,
Sharknado.
The credibility of this article was saying, well, they've got a great franchise under their belt with Sharknado. I'm thinking, please don't make this like Sharknado. If Tara Reid pops up in this film,
I bet she does. I bet she pops up.
Probably playing the shark.
That'd be amazing.
She could be.
If they make it a zombie shark, I might be interested.
I'm so. It's just if you, it's not even Warner Brothers as far as I know anymore doing this. So why do it for the sake of a cash grab?
Why did they sell them the rights? That's annoying.
Tire those kind of films. Just like make a film for making a film. That is what I loved about Baby Driver. It was made for the love of film and for cinema. And
it will make money, but as a byproduct,
as an art project. And that is what I miss from cinema at the moment. There are not enough films which are made as an art project.
Well, even if it's not artsy, it just needs to be like a labour of love, doesn't it? It's something that someone made because they really believe in it, not just because they think this might make money.
But that is what I mean. They make it because they enjoy the art of cinema, not to make an artsy film where it's all Oscar-worthy and all that, but to make
because I find those depressing. Oh my God, if it's ever won an Oscar, I just don't care.
But something that is made with love, not to make money.
Yeah,
that's what I'm missing from cinema at the moment. Something made with love, and
which
you
is
can
what made this film so good.
How much Edgar Wright loved making this movie.
All of them. I mean, I'd be surprised if any of them didn't really enjoy making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just one more thing, the thing that you mentioned earlier about the fact that they're doing screenings of Jaws on a lake.
That would be amazing and terrifying.
Is this inflatable chairs? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know. It looked, the picture I saw, it was like people in rubber rings on a lake watching this big screen version of Jaws, and I just think that'd be equal parts epic and fucking terrifying.
Yeah. This to me, I mean, that there's nothing under it. Yeah. I have a natural fear of sharks, so it's like when I first heard about Paranormal Activity, so I thought, you know what? I'm not going to watch this film like a heroic person. I'm going to curl up in my bed, watch it on my laptop, and then she gets dragged out of bed and I lost my shit. Not even the covers can protect you now. I literally got
hauled into the room to watch the rest with him because he didn't think he'd get
through it on his own.
By Dad or by a poltergeist?
Well, the poltergeist dragged me in there. Dad made me stay.
Right,
okay. So this is Lake Travis at Valenti Beach water park in Texas.
Right.
Is that not where it's set? I don't really remember.
No, that's New Jersey.
So it's a dive-in screening. We project the movie over the water while viewers sit in specially designed inner tubes.
Oh my God! So it's going to be on the water.
Yeah.
There's no way to see the movie from land, so there's no chickening out.
Yeah.
It's also implied that unknown terrors threaten from the watery depths.
Oh god, there's like things popping out at you. Oh god.
And it's only $12. No, $55. Sorry,
okay. That makes more sense.
It's a meal ticket for $12.
Right.
I would fly to Texas to experience that.
Yeah,
you know what? It'd be one of those things where I'd really be excited to do that. I would probably freak myself out.
Checking out and then
Speaking
not
of which,
the film.
did you see Secret Cinema were teasing Jurassic Park?
Ooh.
A couple of cryptic tweets, and God, I'm hoping they bring that.
I really like the idea of Secret Cinema, but the only thing I've seen them play ever is Moulin Rouge, which I've seen enough times to not.
No, they did 28 Days Later.
I didn't see that.
No.
I didn't see them
they've done other ones as well.
Speaking of cinema experiences like that, I still want to see Jurassic Park at the Natural History Museum. I think watching a dinosaur movie amongst the dinosaurs would just be fantastic.
Do they do that? I've never seen that.
I think they've done it before. Did I not take you in a thing?
They definitely do things where you can sleep overnight.
See, for me, there's only one definitive way to watch this movie now, and it's something that we missed last year, which is watching it with the live orchestra.
Yeah.
And I'm gutted that we had to miss that.
Oh, they might do it again.
I have to say that I really, really want to do. I don't even care what film it is. I want to do a drive-in movie.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
really
they have one locally.
I know they do. But quite a lot.
Yeah, I know they do, and it's not massively expensive, but it's always films that I've already seen. In which case, I have trouble convincing Dan.
Invite me. I'll go.
To go,
such as
no, I've said like they've done Back to the Future. Things like that, and you say, I don't want to pay that much money to see a film.
It's always at a point where it's like £30 to go and see something that we've seen 1,000 times.
Yeah. See, this is the argument.
Okay.
But I just really want to go and do a drive-in movie. I don't even like as long as it's a movie I like. I really don't.
Oh, here we go. Look, right, here we go. Well, let's go on the 30th of August. They're playing Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yes, because we haven't even seen it yet. Yes.
Okay.
And it's a price per car. So it's how much is it per car?
I don't know.
Just making our plans on the podcast now. Yeah. It's fine, people. Just, talk amongst yourselves.
People. There's no people yet. $11.99.
There's a couple of people.
$11.99.
My mum likes it.
Did she listen to it?
No.
I was going to say.
She just liked it.
It's early days.
Actually, worryingly, I sent the link to somebody at work and have not heard anything about it. He hasn't mentioned it to me. I don't know if he just hasn't.
They've got some other stuff coming out. They've got Pitch Perfect's coming on. Pet Sematary Gremlins is in
I see.
March.
You happily pay to watch Gremlins.
Goonies.
Billionth time.
Oh, Goonies would be fantastic.
Hey, you guys.
So, there's some cool stuff.
Cool.
Back to the Future. Oh, we're back in November, so we'd have to have a DeLorean to go and see that film.
Yeah. Hey, if you could give me a DeLorean, I'm going a lot of places, but I don't think that's going to be one of them.
So, next week we are seeing
Spider-Man.
The
Spider-Man Homecoming should be fantastic. It's already been given a lot of good reviews by people.
We've seen a lot of trailers for this film.
It has been very heavily advertised, but I'm hoping that you can kind of leave all that and just go see the film as it is.
I think I will be able to once we get in there and actually watching it.
I just feel like I'm being forced to see it right now, and I just want to turn to the advertiser. I'm going to see it anyway. I'm going to see it more than once anyway. Leave me alone, please.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Our 4-year-old really wants to see it.
Yeah, which is not going to go over well. I'm concerned he's not going to spend enough time in the suit.
Yeah.
We need to get him used to films because I'm taking him to see Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom next year.
I'll be older by then, he'll be fine.
He'll be nearly 5 by then, Dan.
He was like 2 when he went to see Jurassic World in the first place. And I just remember the scene where all the dinosaurs are dead in the field and he goes, die! Oh no!
Yes.
Really loudly in the middle of a quiet cinema.
And then I had to remove him. No, actually, you know what? No, he was fine. I had to remove Paige. I had to move the older one.
So he loved it even at 2. He'll be fine.
Well, the thing is, this one looks to be a lot darker, so we'll see. I hope it is. I hope it's suspenseful, and I hope there's some really creepy scenes.
Well, we'll see.
But do you know what, Dan? You'll have to go see it more than once. Dan.
I'll take the bullet. I'll do it.
That's going to be really hard
for the good of the podcast.
Yeah. Same as I will have to go and see American Assassin more than once. I'm afraid it's just I'm just gonna have to take that hit.
Well,
as long as nobody breaks my arm backwards, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, thank you all of you.
All of you.
Hi, Mum.
3 people.
Hi, Mum. What about 3 listeners?
We've had 9 views on the other ones. We're getting into we're going to get into double figures soon.
Oh wow, that'll be just
you know what might help is if we actually manage to get it on iTunes.
Yes.
That would be a big plus.
We're trying to upload to iTunes, but it's
so much more complicated than it seems.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I'll figure it out in a week.
We'll be back next week.
If you did listen, thank you very much for listening.
Go out and see Baby Driver if you haven't already.
And if you have, go and see it again.
Yes.
Because it's amazing.
And if you haven't, I'm sorry we spoiled pretty much the entire movie for you.
Sorry, Kim's face is going to be epic. That's all you need to know.
If we find a DeLorean, we will,
But let's be honest.
How would that help, though?
Given our subscriber count, the chances of you stumbling onto this podcast, listening to it all, having not seen Baby Driver is pretty remote. So from those odds alone, tough. Yeah. Serves you right.
If you made that mistake, you made your choice, accept your fate.
Yep. And we will see you next week for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.